Good morning. Thank you all for coming, and also thank those that are tuned in on Facebook Live. Today I will read a press release in regards to the check that we received from GERMA, and then after that I'll take questions on Facebook Live as well as from the media that is in attendance. Yesterday, on Wednesday, September the 5th, 2018, the City of Grovetown received a check in the amount of $500,000 from the Georgia Interlocal Risk Management Agency, the city's liability insurance carrier. As I am sure you all remember, the former city clerk from Grovetown was jailed earlier this year after pleading guilty to the theft of city funds for the minimum amount of $891,000 over a 5-year period ranging from 2011 to 2016. The city submitted an insurance claim with GERMA in hopes of recouping at least some of the funds that was taken by the former city employee. While this check will help with the financial position of the city and go towards critical infrastructure improvements, no amount of money can remove the stain on the reputation of our great city and the damage done to the credibility of the honest, dedicated, professional city employees who work hard every day to provide the very best services possible to our citizens. The receipt of this check brings to a close this most painful and embarrassing chapter of our city's history. Now that this episode is behind us, the City Council, staff, and I will redouble our efforts to try to earn back the respect and the credibility of our citizens. We are dedicated to the common goal of making Grovetown the best city in the Augusta River area. The city has turned a corner, and there is a bright future ahead for the city and the great people who call Grovetown home. I'll take any questions that you may have at this time.
Mr. Mayor, the city's new finance director has been conducting audits that haven't been able to be conducted because of the investigation. I was wondering if you could tell us the progress of those audits and when the city hopes to have them completed.
Well, he is currently working on years 2015, 16, and 17. Those will be complete probably in the next month to two. Those documents were held up by the federal investigation, so we were not able to get those completed on time. As a result, that has tampered with our ability to receive grants, so that once we get this complete this year, and we'll have 2018 submitted on time next year, so we will be in line hopefully by the end of 2018 or the first part of 19, the first part of 20 to start receiving grants again.
And as I'm aware, it's the money is not all going to go to one place, but what are some of the options for where this money could go and what people from the area will see from this money?
What I would like to do is defer that to the city administrator and let him answer that particular question, since he's actually dealing with it and has a plan in place. John Walter, go ahead.
Good morning. The money's going to go in several different directions. Now keep in mind, $500,000 is a lot of money, but when you're running a city with a budget of upwards of $12 million scattered between all the different funds, that money goes fairly quickly. A common question is going to be, is this going to allow our water rates to be dropped, or is it going to impact the wastewater treatment plant fee that was recently implemented? And the question is, in the short term, no, unfortunately. As the mayor mentioned, we have been ineligible for grant funding for the last 2.5 years and will remain ineligible until we get the last 3 years of our audits caught up, which means we're not going to be grant eligible until the middle of 2019. So what we plan on doing is using that $500,000 to put back into the water fund some of it. Now, it's unclear, and we'll never know exactly which funds, how much money came from. It was a water fund for sure, but it was also the stormwater fund and the general fund. So we're going to use part of that money for some critical infrastructure projects that include a street signal, traffic signal on the intersection of Whiskey Road and Wrightsboro Road. Long overdue. It's a very busy intersection. We all know that left turns anywhere in the county are pretty challenging these days, especially during rush hour. So the first chunk of that money is going to go towards that critical infrastructure project. And then as we create and develop the 2019 budget, we'll see where else we may need to plug in where we've had some shortfalls in the past as a result of the money being taken.
Thank you, John.
I guess also, how do you guys, do you have a plan in place to earn the trust back from, people here? Is there anything that you're looking to do in particular to earn back their trust?
Well, I think the plan is continue what we've been doing, and that's be available, be honest, open, and transparent on everything we do. And so that's not going to change. I think time will actually improve that process. We'll always have some naysayers. I realize that. You can't please everybody. That's the hardest thing to accept as a politician or an elected official. But that's something that we'll have to move forward and move through. But I want the public to know that we are doing the right thing for you. And any questions that you may have, we are open. You can come see me or any member of this staff here. If I'm here, it's a part-time job, so I'm not here all the time. However, you can see the city administrator and any of the other staff here at any time you need to, and we will show you any of the problems that you have, address those problems with you, and try to solve them. So that's all we can do is move forward as we have. Hope time will correct it.
You said before that you didn't think you would ever get anything back. How does it make you feel that you just got a little bit something back to put back in the general fund?
Well, it feels good that we've gotten that back. Certainly, as far as what was taken, that's just a fraction of it, I think. But it does offer closure. It does give us some needed funds to help with infrastructure. And it also shows the public confirmation that this was transpiring. And, even though that individual's gone serving time in prison, this is further validation and that everything that we done was on the up and up, and it was right, and we did the right thing for the citizens.
Yeah.
John, any questions from the Facebook Live?
No, sir.
Okay. Any other questions from the media?